Black Butler Emerald Witch Arc, the fifth season of the long-running anime adaptation of Yana Toboso's manga, brings Seal Phantom Hive and his demon, Butler Sebastian Michaelis, into the eerie depths of Germany's werewolf's forest. Premiered on April 5, 2025, and produced by Cloverworks, this arc investigates a string of mysterious deaths at Queen Victoria's behest, unraveling a curse that tests the duo's bond. Episode 4, titled His Butler Serving, aired on April 26, 2025, and shifts focus to Sebastian's new role under Sieglinde Sullivan as Seal grapples with amnesia and trauma. I'm immediately drawn to the vulnerability this episode promises to explore, but I'm also curious if it can maintain the arc's dark momentum while delving into such emotional territory. Episode 4 centers on Sebastian fulfilling his promise to serve Sieglinde Sullivan, the young Emerald Witch, as her butler while she works to cure Seal, who is afflicted with amnesia, blindness, and haunting memories of his past torment by a cult. Sebastian teaches Sieglinde etiquette, crafting her address from a comforter and guiding her through table manners. Meanwhile, Finian comforts a frantic Seal, revealing his own backstory of being saved by Seal from a life of destruction. The episode closes with Sebastian and Snake discovering a secret passage in the village cellar, hinting at darker truths about the werewolf's forest and her werewolf. Episode 4 advances the arcade by deepening the mystery surrounding the werewolf's forest while grounding the narrative in Seal's psychological struggle. The revelation of Finian's backstory, how Seal gave him a chance to nurture rather than destroy, adds a layer of complexity to their relationship, showing Seal's capacity for kindness despite his cold exterior. Sebastian's discovery of the secret passage in the cellar after probing the bricks with Snake is a turning point, suggesting that the village hides more sinister secrets, possibly tied to her werewolf. This fulfills the episode's role in the arc by escalating the investigation while keeping Seal's condition at the forefront, raising questions about the curse's origins and Sieglinde's true intentions. The pacing, however, feels uneven. The slower, character-driven moments, like Sebastian teaching Sieglinde manners, contrast sharply with the abrupt cliffhanger of the secret passage. I think this balance works to highlight Seal's vulnerability, but I personally don't understand why the episode didn't linger on the passage's discovery to build more tension. The shift from emotional depth to sudden mystery feels rushed, leaving some threads underdeveloped. Seal, Sebastian, Finian, and Sieglinde are central to this episode. Seal's amnesia and blindness strip him of his usual sharpness, exposing a raw, childlike fear as he relives his trauma, screaming and covering his ears at the mention of Sebastian's name. This vulnerability is a stark departure from his calculated demeanor, revealing the depth of his past wounds, particularly the cult's torment of him and his twin, a plot point confirmed in the manga's Blue Memory arc. I think this portrayal is consistent with Seal's layered character, though I'm against how his frantic state overshadows his agency, making him feel more like a plot device than a participant. Sebastian, ever the dutiful butler, adapts seamlessly to serving Sieglinde, showcasing his resourcefulness by crafting her address and teaching her etiquette. His quiet presence during Seal's bandage change, ensuring his master remains calm, highlights his unwavering loyalty, though I wish we saw more of his internal conflict given his own affliction by the curse. Finian's backstory, where he credits Seal for saving him from a life of destruction, reveals his gratitude and loyalty, adding depth to a character often relegated to comic relief. Sieglinde, eager to adopt foreign customs, shows a childlike curiosity that contrasts with her role as the Emerald Witch, though her character remains enigmatic. I really appreciate Finian's development, but I think Sieglinde needs more depth to justify her central role in the arc. The episode explores themes of trauma, loyalty, and the duality of kindness and darkness. Seal's flashbacks to the cult underscore the lasting impact of trauma, showing how even a hardened noble like him can be reduced to a frightened child. Finian's gratitude, "I wouldn't be here without you," and Sebastian's service to Sieglinde highlight loyalty, emphasizing the bonds that tie the Phantom Hive household together despite their dark circumstances. Seal's past kindness to Finian reveals his hidden compassion, contrasting with his often ruthless nature, a duality that defines Black Butler. These themes are conveyed through Finian's heartfelt dialogue and Seal's visceral reactions, though I don't think the episode fully explores the implications of Seal's trauma. A deeper look into his psyche, perhaps through a monologue, could have made the theme more resonant. The loyalty theme, however, lands effectively, grounding the episode in the characters' relationships. The secret passage in the cellar adds a layer of intrigue to the werewolf's forest, suggesting a hidden history tied to the curse and her werewolf. The village's isolation, with its lack of men save for Wolfram, reinforces the arc's eerie atmosphere, hinting at a society shaped by fear and secrecy. Sieglinde's role as the Emerald Witch, paired with her curiosity about foreign customs, introduces a cultural clash that enriches the setting. I think this world building is effective in maintaining the arc's mystery, mystery, but I didn't like the lack of clarity around the curse's mechanics. More hints about its nature could have tied the episode's events more cohesively to the broader arc. The dialogue shines in emotional moments, like Finian's heartfelt plea to Seal, which feels natural and impactful. However, Sieglin's lessons in etiquette, while charming, border on cliché, with lines like, use the outer fork first, feeling overly didactic. Sebastian's sharp wit as he navigates his dual roles adds a layer of sophistication, though I'm against the episode's reliance on expository dialogue to explain Seal's condition. The writing excels in character interactions, but I think it could have taken more risks with the mystery, perhaps through cryptic hints about the passage rather than a straightforward reveal. Episode 4 evokes a mix of sadness and intrigue. Seal's breakdown, paired with Finian's backstory, stirs empathy, highlighting the cost of Seal's past and the loyalty he inspires. The secret passage's reveal sparks curiosity, though its abruptness tempers the excitement. The most memorable moment is Finian comforting Seal, his gratitude, "I wouldn't be here without you," cutting through the darkness with a rare warmth. The episode prompts reflection on trauma's lasting impact and the strength of chosen bonds, leaving a lasting impression of Seal's fragility. I think the emotional depth is a strength, but the rushed pacing at the end left me frustrated, wanting more build-up to the mystery. Episode 4 of Butler Emerald Witch Arc excels in its emotional depth, with Seal's vulnerability and Finian's loyalty providing a poignant contrast to the arc's darker elements. The voice acting, particularly Maya Sakamoto's, and the atmospheric visuals are strong, grounding the episode in the series' signature tone. However, I didn't like the uneven pacing, which rushes the cliffhanger and undercuts the mystery's impact, and Sieglin's underdeveloped character feels like a missed opportunity. The writing, while effective in character moments, leans on clichés at times, diluting its sharpness. Overall, the episode achieves its goal of exploring Seal's trauma while advancing the investigation, making it a successful, if flawed, chapter. I anticipate the series will delve deeper into the Werewolves Forest's secrets, potentially tying Seal's condition to the broader conspiracy, and I hope for a tighter balance of emotion and mystery in future episodes. For Butler fans, Episode 4 offers a compelling, if imperfect, continuation of the arc's haunting journey.